Hello everyone, thank you all so much for tuning in. I am Chief Weather Forecaster Beckett Webb here inside the temporary Highland Weather Studios. As you can see, we did not have a regular intro in. So we have some very special programming that we'll be showing you for the next few minutes if you're watching this on the premiere on a Tuesday night. If you're watching this on one of the Highland networks, thank you guys so much for tuning in. As many of you guys have seen, if you follow the National Weather Service today, this week is Severe Weather Preparedness Week. So the National Weather Service and us too, and all of the web media networks will be doing a special program of severe weather and flooding preparedness week of what to do whenever a watch or a warning is issued, where the safe place is, and the difference between a watch and a warning. And we're going to get to that right now. So first, we're going to start off with the difference between a watch and a warning. Of course, you can see this picture behind us is not in a broadcasting area. But if we start off the difference between a watch and a warning, this is also courtesy of weather.gov for these images. So as you see, the thunderstorm, severe thunderstorm watch, means that severe thunderstorm watch is possible, which means that stay tuned for forecasts and monitor sky conditions and where to take shelter. So also be prepared. We mainly get put under severe thunderstorm watches whenever severe thunderstorms are possible. That doesn't mean that it's expected. Many severe thunderstorm watches have been issued, and no severe thunderstorm warnings were issued within that severe thunderstorm watch area. But if we take a look at the severe thunderstorm warning, and many of you guys in Western North Carolina, of course, have been through a severe thunderstorm warning. It's a severe thunderstorm is happening or about to happen. Take shelter and take action. This can come whenever 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts have been reported or expected based on Doppler radar, hail a certain inch or size that has warranted the severe thunderstorm warning. Many other things too. But we also want to talk about too the difference between a tornado watch and a warning, which this is what you definitely want to remember as well. But before we get to that, I want to go ahead and talk about where your safe place from tornadoes are. Tornadoes can be extremely dangerous. Safe places are in tornado shelters, which many of the middle part of the country has. But for us here in Western North Carolina, East Tennessee, Upstate South Carolina, Northeast Georgia, we have, you guys could have something totally different. Storm shelters and we have basements. If not available, interior room without windows can also be protective. Bathrooms can be protective if you're hiding in the bathroom during a tornado warning. Make sure that you stay within where the bathtub is and just stay hiding, crouched down like that as the tornado passes over your area. Remember, if the tornado warning is issued, seek shelter immediately. Helping others with tornadoes as well. Make sure if we see there's a threat for severe weather, and we don't have that for the next few days, but as this emergency alert system test and the National Weather Service will be doing this Wednesday, test tornado warning, this will be one of the times that you probably want to see your tornado safety plans. Before all of this starts, the best thing to do is help others identify a safe place, often the basement or an interior room away from windows. Just go downstairs into their house, show them exactly where to hide, what the best place to hide. If they don't have a basement, just go ahead and hide in show where to hide in the bathtub, because all of this will be needed. I know a tornado warning hasn't been issued in Western North Carolina or in Asheville since 1999, but that still doesn't mean that it's possible. Again, practice and time tornado preparation drills with them as well. Just make sure that test out, a tornado warning is issued for our area. We gotta seek shelter now. With your mobile phones too as well. Your phones have the emergency alert system test that'll immediately go off. You want to make sure during severe weather season that your phone has that emergency alert system feature that's able to warn you even if your phone is on do not disturb during the nighttime hours. Not just that, um, Highland weather is based off of uh, us, and we are not available 24/7. So the best thing to do too is have a weather radio on at all times coded for your specific location, like have a zip code in for your location. What you also want to do too is what weather ready looks like. Before tornadoes, people are locating their safe place from tornadoes and who practice there well before severe weather arrives. So, like I said before, uh, trying to figure out your safe place from tornadoes. Tornadoes and road safety. So, if you're on the road whenever a tornado warning is issued, probably going through Instagram Reels or any of that, you have seen all of those videos. Some of those are correct. A lot of those are wrong. Um, there's been videos where people are hiding under overpasses. Um, wait, yeah, hiding under an interstate. That is not a safe place to do. Remember, get off the road is the best option to do, and drive to a designated shelter or basement or small safe or a safety room. If you don't have that option, the next best option is a small windowless room in the hallway on the lowest floor of a sturdy building when you're at home. Yes, what I said before, what not to do is do not seek shelter in a vehicle outside or under an overpass. A highway overpass does not provide safety from a tornado. In fact, it has been proven that the wind is quite stronger whenever you're under there because of how little it is, how much the wind is just coming in. Do not seek shelter under an overpass or a tree. This puts you at greater risk of being killed or seriously injured by flying debris from powerful tornadic winds. So that is something you do not want to do. Um, so we also have different types of tornadoes as well. If you do not know them, I'm going to go ahead and zoom in so you can read them with me as well. Um, so I'm just going to read this off of here. There's things called supercell tornadoes that you mainly see in the Midwest, but you can see it here sometimes as well. Some of these you have not seen in western North Carolina, but you probably have seen in other locations. But still, best to be ready of what kind of tornadoes that struck your location. But tornadoes that come from supercell thunderstorms are most common and often the most dangerous. A rotating updraft is a key to development of supercell and eventually a tornado. There are many ideas on how this rotation begins. One of them is a column of air beginning to rotate from the wind shear. When winds are at two different levels above the ground blow a speed in different directions. Once the updraft and tornadoes are being fed warm, moist air following in the ground level, a tornado can form. What we also have seen too is land spouts, and of course water spouts, which is mainly in the ocean. It can be in lakes too, so we are also going to cover that. But land spouts are narrow rope-like funnels that form while thunderstorm clouds are still growing and there's no rotating updrafts. The spinning motion originates from near the ground. Water spouts, which you mainly see on beaches, but it's also possible in rivers, uh, lakes. My mistake. Possible, not expected, but something to always keep in mind. Is very rare. Water spouts similar to land spouts, except they occur over water. What I am going to talk about next is gust tornadoes, but that's going to be all that I talk about because fire. Well, we're going to talk about fire whirls as well, but dust devils, that's very small here. Gust tornadoes is a whirl of dust and debris in and near the ground with no condensed funnel, which forms along the gust front of a storm. But I want to go ahead and get to the rest now. So if we want to go ahead and now take a look at places to know where to go from when sheltering from a tornado. Many of you seen a widely known video of someone who's at the top of their house in the attic videoing the tornado. Not a safe place. top of rooms do not protect you. And exterior rooms and rooms with windows also do not protect you, as glass from the wind, from the debris, can push the glass and hurt you even more, just adding on to the wind and all the debris being held out. If you have no basement, move to an interior room with no windows. Quickly move into your basement and bring your emergency supply kit. Next, we have the tornado sheltering guidelines. So, seeking the best available refuge in an area immediately when a tornado warning is issued. Your chance of surviving a tornado is excellent if you follow these guidelines. So, the worst option out of all is 3. Mobile homes, vehicles underneath highways and overpasses. Mobile homes, they sound safe because they're a home. But because of all the wind and it's not being completely attached to the ground, there is a good chance that from all the strong winds, depending on what kind of tornado it is, can make the storm just make the mobile home just go. Vehicles as well, if you're hiding in a vehicle. Vehicles these days have gotten um, more advanced for places with tornado warnings. Many of you guys have seen, if you're in a newer car, the best place to do is just hide, put your head below, away from the windows, away from the windshield, and put your head like this. As well, just if you have an older model of cars, the best thing to do is get out of the car, go into the nearest ditch, and cover your head with your hands. The next option that is a bad option is large open rooms like gymnasiums and manufactured housing. The good options are interior rooms of well-constructed home or building, and a basement, like we said before. Above or The best option out of all is above or below ground tornado storm shelter, specifically designed FEMA safety room. That is the best option that is recommended by FEMA. Next, we have our lightning safety. Let's go ahead and get started. The do's and don'ts of lightning. The do is go inside when you hear thunder or see lightning. Lightning is cool. Lightning is the best to see. Going through thunderstorms is very fascinating. But it has to come with guidelines, because being outside, it puts multiple hazards between you and many people around you. Find a sturdy house, building, or car with a hard top roof. Because if lightning strikes a car, if you don't know exactly, you probably do know, the rubber on the wheels actually stop it from continuing on and hurting you. Um, Stay indoors for at least 30 minutes after you hear the last thunder. The things don't do. Retreat to dugouts, sheds, pavilions, picnic shelters, or other small structures. Use or touch electronics, outlets, or corded phones, as lightning could strike the power line, and a big zap of a lot of electricity can just push through and just completely overpower and electrocute you. Go under or near a tall tree, swim or be near water, or be near metal objects or windows. Those are what not to do. If you don't know a lot of information about lightning, lightning is hotter than the surface of the sun and can reach temperatures around 50,000 degrees. Again, hotter than the sun. You do not want to get struck by lightning, so move inside when you hear thunder or see lightning. What I figured out too, and I don't know if I have it with me, is no, I do not. Okay. What I have is a lightning monitor. So the lightning monitor is able to detect when lightning is nearby and notifies me whenever lightning has been detected and when to seek shelter. I also have a lightning app on my phone that notifies me how far a lightning strike has been heard of and how close it is by map. So maybe those are two things to look around to. The app is also free. Just look up lightning. Lightning means game over. If you're an if you're in an outdoor sporting event. Fields, not a good place. You do not have shelter. If you hear thunder or see lightning, seek shelter immediately. When the National Weather Service has a saying, when thunder roars, go indoors. When thunder roars, go indoors. Good one, too. When thunder roars, go indoors. There's that awesome, beautiful picture. Stop all outdoor activities. Seek shelter in the building or a metal hardtop vehicle. And again, wait 30 minutes until you hear the last thunder to resume activities. Your safe place from lightning. Lightning strikes the U.S. 25 million times a year, which sometimes can result in death or permanent injury. You're the safest indoors or inside a hardtop vehicle and enclosed vehicle. Like this vehicle you can see right here. You can see the tires actually help protect it if lightning is zapped through because of the rubber. If you hear thunder or see lightning, seek shelter immediately. During summer, a lot of you guys are fishing. What to do when lightning is nearby or thunder is nearby while you are fishing. There are no specific warnings or advisories for lightning, but all thunderstorms produce lightning. A lightning strike to a vessel can be catastrophic, especially if it results in fire or loss of electronics. Someone who I know as well was taking the boat in coastal South Carolina during the middle of a big lightning storm. They're okay, but the lightning struck their boat, caused all the electronics to just shut down. They could not turn off the boat, but they were able to make it in safely. That is a good thing, but do not understand the dangers of lightning. Boaters should use extra caution when thunderstorm conditions exist and have a plan to escape. Next we have when thunder roars, go indoors. This is a little cartoon that I saw the National Weather Service put in, so I decided to add this in. Lightning fatalities for outdoor sports, 40% is soccer. Like I said before, is because of the field. Because of the field, there's no trees, there's no protection, and lightning can just strike that, just zap through the ground and hurt every single one of the people in that. Golf as well. Golf also has that kind of thing, but more mountainous. So always seek shelter if you're golfing, running as well, baseball, and football. The lowest that we have is football and the highest is soccer. Leaves the field immediately. Wait 30 minutes after the last rumble of thunder to return inside in a school, home, or a hardtop vehicle with the windows up. There are a lot. This may be surprising to a lot of you. There is a difference in lightning, which we are going to talk about right here. In cloud to ground lightning, or CG, a stepped leader with zigzag downward and roughly 50-yard segments in a forked pattern. This stepped leader is invisible to the human eye. A return stroke of bright luminosity travels about 60,000 miles per second back towards the cloud. A flash consists of one or perhaps as many as 20 return strokes. Cloud flashes sometimes has a visible channel that extends out into the air around the storm. Do not strike the ground, known as cloud to air. The term sheet lightning or intra-cloud lightning refers to the lightning embedded within a cloud that lights up a sheet of luminosity during the flash. Lightning can also travel cloud to cloud. Why is it not? There we go. Glitches. Large thunderstorms are capable of producing other kinds of electrical phenomena, including transient luminous events that occur in high in the atmosphere. They're rarely observed visually and not well understood. Most common TLE include red sprite, blue jets, and elves. Ball lightning, my mistake. is a rare and randomly occurring bright ball of light observed floating or moving through the atmosphere close to the ground. Observations have widely varied identifying the characteristics of ball lightning, but the most common description of that is the sphere having a radius of 15 to 50 centimeters, orange or reddish in color and lasting only a few seconds. So, what do we have next? Our last one before this is over is flood safety. You can see where this picture is taken. This is taken at Biltmore Village during Fred, is what I believe. Fred was Fred. Fred was a major impact and produced a lot of flooding. What you see here, what that car is doing, that is what not to do. And we're going to get to that right now. Your safe place from flooding. During a flood, water level and flow speed can quickly change. You are safest by staying indoors and seeking higher ground if shelter isn't available. If you are stuck outside when a flash flood occurs, do not attempt to cross flood waters by vehicle or on foot. Back in 2018, a flash flood emergency was issued for McDowell County due to a water dam just breaking and all the water making its way through the Catawba River. No, not Catawba River. Whatever river it was, I do not remember off the top of my head. So always be prepared for that. Small decisions have a big impact. Turn around and don't drown. And don't turn around and don't drown. And don't drive through flood roadways. Don't drive around barricades. Delay travel until conditions improve. Do not let a bad decision be your last. So harsh, but yet very expected. Thunderstorms also can produce heavy rain. Do not drive through moving or standing water. It only takes 6 inches of flowing water to sweep you off your feet. If you can't see the road, turn around and don't drive around barricades. Do not drive around barricades. Barricades are there for the safety. Just don't drive through it. Flash flooding can escalate quickly. Heavy rain can lead to sudden flash floods, whether you're on the campground or the road. Will you be ready? Make sure, again, like I said before, set up ways to get warnings or watch weather warnings on your phone for flash flooding, or any warning for that matter. When an alert or a flash flood, when alerted to a flash flood, get higher ground immediately and never enter floodwaters in a vehicle or on foot. The last few that we have now is the difference between a flood watch, flash flood watch, and a flash flood warning, and a flood watch and a flood warning. Flood watch. That means that flooding is possible, not expected, but possible. Stay tuned to trusted news sources and stay tuned to Highland weather if that is issued, and be ready to seek higher ground. It is the best to be prepared. A flood warning is issued when flooding is happening or about to happen. If you're under this flash flood or flood warning, move to higher ground immediately. Never drive or walk through floodwaters. Always remember, take action. 3 simple steps for flash flood safety. During a flood, water levels and rates in which the water can quickly flow can easily change. Remain aware and monitor local radio, television, and of course the Highland Weather Channel, as we will continue to bring you updates if this happens. Get to higher ground if you are under a flash flood warning. Do not drive or walk into flooded areas. It only takes 6 inches of water to knock you off your feet. And again, like we said, monitor local radar, television, Highland weather, NOAA weather radio, internet or social media for the latest updates. The best thing, helping others during flooding. Connect with your neighbors about local flood risks and planning needs. If flooding is expected, help others elevate and protect their belongings. And after storms, check on neighbors and keep others out of the floodwater. Because if it's flooding, cars are in that water, who knows what's in that water, power lines are in that water. Electricity can be running through the water. So the best thing is not to be in the water whenever flooding is happening. Never drive around barricades, like I said before. Most flood fatalities occur in vehicles and automobiles. 12 inches of fast-moving water can also sweep a car off the road. Turn around, don't drown when encountering flooded roads. That is exactly what not to do. And I have it again so you can remember. Don't drive through flooded roads. More than half of all flooding deaths occur in vehicles. Here is a demonstration of what happens. Don't underestimate the power of water. 6 inches of fast-moving water can knock you off, knock over, and carry away an adult. 12 inches of fast-moving water can carry away a small vehicle. Like those little hatchback vehicles can carry those away. 8 to 24 inches of fast-moving water can carry away most large SUVs, vans, and trucks. No matter what, if you don't know how many inches it is, do not drive through a flooded roadway. As we near severe weather and hurricane season, it is time, yes, it is time to make a plan. Storm planning timeline. A few days out, if forecast calls for severe weather in a few days, start preparing now. Make sure that you have all your emergency supplies, know your safe place, and have family communications plans like messages or some other way if you lose power or lose data. The day before, forecast accuracy continues to improve. Adjust your plans. If you have something planned for that day, that severe weather or some sort of storm is expected, make sure you adjust your plans to have indoor activities. And of course, make sure you can receive WEA, weather alerts, and many more. Get weather alerts from your weather radio. Ensure your shelter is clean and accessible. And the day of the severe weather, remain vigilant and aware of any active watches. A warning may be issued in a moment's notice. Remind your family the communications plan. Know how to evacuate and or get to safety from wherever you are. When a warning is issued, you may only have seconds to take action, like a tornado warning. If you don't remember it, go through the video again and see. After the storm, check the forecast to make sure the threat has ended. Check Highland weather as we will continue to bring you updates. Contact loved ones by text or social media to make sure they're okay. Always, always listen to local officials for the latest updates. Highland weather, number 2 source. Number 1 source should be local officials. Use flashlight, not candles, as candles can tip over and immediately start a fire. Watch for debris or downed power lines if you're continuing to travel through. Most important thing is test your NOAA weather radio. It could save your life. I have a lot. So this is an outdoor weather radio that I currently have myself whenever I go traveling out into the country or into a place that doesn't have data. I use this. This is available. This is a Midland weather radio, and it brings you the latest information, and alerts go off through it as well. It's also solar powered. Think about investing in that. Next, we also have a handheld weather radio. This is a good thing to bring if you're traveling, because it'll alert you if you put it on the right station right here. It will alert you of a warning that's issued in your area. So make sure you have this turned on here. And of course, as well as watch Highland weather for the latest updates. So this Wednesday, March 6th, the required monthly test in North Carolina and a test tornado warning for South Carolina will be activated March 6th. The emergency alert system, NOAA weather radio, and phones in South Carolina will go off. I want to keep you aware of this. South Carolina test alerts as tornado warning starts at 9 a.m. Actually, that is 9:30. My mistake. That is 9:30 a.m. The South Carolina test. We're gonna correct that here. So the South Carolina required tornado warning is 9:30 a.m. So make sure if you're participating in this test, this will remain in effect until 10:30. So make sure you seek shelter for at least an hour to see your safety plans. The North Carolina test will be coded as a required monthly test. All channels will go off this Wednesday for this warning. There's going to be no active tornado warnings. This is only going to be a test. Well, I want to thank you for watching the Highland Weather Channel's latest weather update of severe weather preparedness week. This long 30-minute video. For the latest information, watch the latest weather and coverage on the Highland Weather Network, as well as the latest information from all of Webb Media Incorporated. From all of us here at the Highland Weather, Channel, Webb Media, and many more. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a great rest of your day, and be prepared. Turn around, don't drown. When thunder roars, go indoors. Goodbye, everybody.